While performing alone, each of the 4 original members of the Beatles took their time embracing rather than avoiding the group's heritage. Paul McCartney, after he got over that hurdle, seldom avoided mentioning his previous group if it felt appropriate for whatever he was making. On McCartney's 1997 album title track Flaming Pie, he made a reference to John Lennon's infamously made-up origin tale for the term the Beatles. The song that Macca created from that title drew on Lennon's rebellious spirit. Paul McCartney was still totally in love with the Beatles when he started working on his record in 1997. He and the other 2 surviving Beatles had devoted a considerable amount of effort to assembling the enormous anthology project for a number of years prior to then. Interviews for a documentary had to be scheduled, unpublished music had to be sorted through in the archives, and new songs had to be recorded based on demos by John Lennon. The fact that he returned to his solo career probably had his former bandmates on the brain when he was creating songs about them is not unexpected. While McCartney and producer Jeff Lynne were jamming, Flaming Pie developed naturally. His ears perked up, so he had the engineers begin spinning tape while he composed a melody to the groovy, if unfinished, blend of chords and rhythm he had made. Regarding the title, it originated when the 3 Beatles discussed their moniker's origins again while recording Anthology, which led McCartney back to John Lennon's renownedly outlandish claim that a guy on a burning pie had bestowed it onto them. The real story is that Lennon and Stuart Sutcliffe borrowed the name The Crickets from a bug and used it into their rhythmic music to create the nickname. The type of person that McCartney envisions in Flaming Pie might actually ride the titular carriage with ease. In the end, he would likely be interesting, irrational, and perhaps even a little disoriented. Although it lacks any profound significance, it affords Macca the opportunity to showcase his talent for the absurdist lyrics that had decorated his earlier masterpieces, such as Monkberry Moon Delight and Temporary Secretary. Making Love Below the Bed gives you the impression that this individual could be a bit off-kilter right from the start. Go ahead, have a vision. I'm the man on the flaming pie, is McCartney's subtle reference to Lennon's wild tale in the second stanza. You need a break while I'm with you, the narrator says, acknowledging that he could be too much for certain people. I removed my brains and laid them out on the rack. His behavior begs the question of believability. It turns out there's a cost to his untamed nature. Inflict pain on my feet by amputating my toes, I'm at a loss for words. Flaming Pie became the title track of McCartney's record, which bravely rode the Beatle wave a bit, maybe because he felt the song encapsulated the record's ethos. The song was ideal since it conveyed feelings that were yet charmingly sweet and utterly absurd.